Hey, what is up, Panda fam? It is MK-Panda here, and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is part 3 of my button badge tutorial series. Part 3 will focus on how to create labels for the back of your buttons. Labeling your buttons with your brand or contact info is important because by doing so, your buttons will officially act as business cards. If you are selling your buttons at either a convention or online, it is a really smart business move to include your business cards. However, these cards are easily lost. I have bought several buttons from the Artist Alley and have since lost their business cards, so now I don't even know the amazing artists who are behind these products. And so by labeling your buttons, your customers will always have a point of reference to who you are and where they got the product from. When creating your label, be sure to include your name and a website, social media page, or a storage page for future people to reference later. I chose my personal website because all of my other social media platforms can be found through there. To start making the labels, start by measuring the open space on the back of your button parts. For both Badge Minutes and Dr. Don's button parts, the dimensions that I needed were 3 by 1.5 centimeters. As you can see here in Clip Studio Paint, the image size is 3 by 1.5 centimeters at 600 dpi's. Yes, I know typically Americans do not use the metric system, but most of my paint programs that I use do use the metric system, and I find that it's much easier to get more accurate results when measuring much smaller spaces. As you see, the current canvas is transparent because we'll be using the tables in Microsoft Word to create our cut lines, but of course it is possible to create labels with the background image if you want, and I will be demonstrating images for both the scenarios. Now just make sure to save and export your image file, and then let's head on over to Word. Alrighty, here we are in a Word with a fresh new document. So first we're going to start by inserting a very small 2x2 table. Here, let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, so under Table Tools and Layout, we are going to change the cell size. We are now working in inches, so the table will be 0.59 inches tall and 1.18 inches wide. And we're going to enter in all this information for the remaining cells. Okay. And now that we've done that, we're going to go to the last cell on the right, and once again, under layout, we're going to go over here to insert right and enter in 3 new cells for a total of 5 cells across. You can only do 5 because if you enter in any more, then the length of our cells will be the incorrect length. So now we're going to go to the last row, and we're going to go to insert below, and we're just going to click until we get another page. Alright, we entered in a little bit too many. Undo. Alright, and now we have all of the cells that we need. Now we're going to go on to the second page and insert the images so that we don't mess up the cells that we just created. So I'm going to go and insert pictures here. Insert pictures. So the method that you're going to use to import these pictures will be different simply because one has a background and one doesn't. So we'll do the easiest one first, which is a transparent background. So we're going to go to Layout Options and then select in front of text and hit Control Copy and Control Paste. Pasted that a couple of times, and then you're just going to go over to this cell and just drag the images into the squares, just like so. All right, and we're going to zoom in just so you can see how they look. So Here you have it. This is what a row of transparent button labels look like. Obviously, you would fill in this entire, this entire cell section, print it out, and then I like to use a ruler and an X-Acto knife just to slice through the columns on the lines, and then you have the perfect dimensions to add these to the back of your buttons. So if you want to add buttons that have a background, you're going to select this. You go to layout options, and instead of being in front of the text, you're going to be behind the text. Control copy, paste a few times. Then we're going to go over here, and as you can see, it is now behind the cells, so you could still get the lines in order to cut out the correct dimensions. Bam. And obviously, if you are going to be doing cells with color, you are going to want to place them a little bit more precisely in order for them to fit. Yes, if you use the exact cell dimensions or image dimensions that we did in Clip Studio, 1.5 by 3 centimeters and 600 dpi, you will not have to edit your pictures when you drop them into Word. They will already fit perfectly. And here you go. Obviously, you would fill in the rest of these cells. I'm not going to do that because it takes 5 million years. I've done it already. So, obviously, once you have everything filled in, you're going to print this out. And I have a sticker machine that I run my labels through in order to turn them into stickers and then stick them to the back of my buttons. You don't have to do that. You can simply use double-sided tape. I know Tombow has a really good brand of double-sided tape. You can also just use Elmer's glue and make sure you coat the entire back of it and stick it to the back of your buttons. And there you go. Now your buttons will act as business cards in the event that your customers or whoever you give your buttons to end up losing your contact info, and they'll have a place of reference to find all your information. Anyway, I hope you guys found this tutorial super helpful. Let me know if there's any other tutorials relating to buttons that you guys like to see. And until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.